If you're the founder or sales leader of an AI or B2B SaaS firm who's feels stuck in the feast or famine sales cycles, you're relying on referrals, or maybe you're just looking for predictable growth with high intent opportunities, then I have something different for you. In just 60 days, we'll build for you a completely done for you AI powered growth engine that delivers high intent opportunities to your doorstep. Now, you'll make a one-time setup fee to us, then we'll work on a performance-based model with a revenue sharing option. My name is Terrence Brandley. I am the co-founder of Grow IT Partners, as well as a host of the Grow IT podcast and Founders in the Funnel podcast. And here at Grow IT, we do one thing, and that is we build growth engines exclusively for tech firms, nothing else. And that's really made us specialists in the industry. And today I'm going to show you how you can build your own growth engine specifically for your tech firm. But before we dive in, let me show you a few examples of what's possible if your firm has the right growth system in place. Take Chris at Rhino Healthcare Solutions. Like many founders, Chris was stuck relying on referrals with no real predictable way to grow his firm. But within 60 days of implementing our framework, we helped Chris build a pipeline valued at $2.5 million and set them on track to double their revenue in 2025. DataGuard 365 is another one. In just a few months, we helped them add $488,000 in revenue and build a $300,000 pipeline by delivering consistent, high-intent opportunities. PGBA Consulting, well, they were a startup. They went from pre-revenue to $600,000 in pipeline in just 2 months with using our system. And these aren't like flukes or one-offs. It really is what happens when you build a growth system that is specifically designed for tech firms that can deliver high-intent opportunities from buyers who are ready to invest in your product or service. The next 10 minutes, well, here's some of the questions I'm going to answer for you. Why have so many tech firms been burned by agencies? What will work for growing your tech firm in 2025? How exactly does our 3-step growth engine work? What does the 60-day accelerated program look like? What is the investment model from your standpoint? And frankly, what are the options if you don't do this? Okay, so first, let's talk about why so many tech firms have been burned by agencies before. And let's face it, everyone has had a negative experience with the marketing agency before. And frankly, after interviewing over 500 tech firms, we found that nearly 80% feel like they've wasted money on marketing. Why? Well, agencies care about their monthly retainers. They care about getting anyone on the call, including a janitor, and they don't count, right? And everything except for the one business metric that really matters to you the most: driving revenue, right? So they want to sell you on all the sizzle, all the cool things that marketing can do. And really all you care about is the sausage, right? The revenue, right? And not really how it's made. And there are a lot of traditional methods that are used by agencies, but they typically fail for tech sales because tech sales requires, as you know, right, high trust. They're very complex and high ticket solutions. Things like cold outreach, they're super spammy, right? SEO takes a long time. Salespeople and marketing hires have their own built-in, risk. And frankly, generic agencies that are trying to apply the same playbook for restaurants and e-commerce as they are for your sophisticated solution, right? So why don't these traditional methods work for tech? Well, tech sales are fundamentally different, right? They're built on trust and relationships. A lot of decision makers involved in process, complex solutions with much longer sales cycles, and typical marketing agencies have never really bothered to understand what actually works for tech firms because frankly, they're too busy being generalists, being everything to everybody across every industry. And frankly, marketing for tech firms is hard. Okay, so next question. What does work for growing tech firms today? Well, first, let me take you a step back. Let's talk a little bit of a reality check what happens in the marketplace at any given time. And this is the Chet Holmes Buyer's Pyramid. What it shows is that only 10% of your potential market right now at any given time is ready to buy or open to buy. The other 90%, they're not even thinking about it or not interested, or even worse, they know that they will never be interested in what you're selling. So really, how do you reach the 10% that have buying intent? Well, there's only one way that we've found to effectively reach these folks, and that is through paid ads. There is no other marketing method that works for getting these type of prospects to raise their hand and say, that's me. Ads are really the only tool that allows the ready to buy prospects, that 10%, to find you on their terms, right? When they're actually looking for solutions. And here's the key insight that I think most firms miss. Not all ad platforms are created equal. Google ads, super expensive for, clicks to website in the hopes that somebody opts in, right? LinkedIn ads, their targeting is terrible, and you're there competing with, corporations, enterprises that you're putting branding ads and wasting their budgets on that. That's not for you, right? The winning platform, this may surprise you for targeting B2B prospects, it's Meta, Facebook, and Instagram. And I know what you're thinking already. My B2B prospects aren't scrolling Facebook or Instagram. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was skeptical too. I said to one of my co-founders, hey, Facebook is for boomers and Instagram is for soccer moms, right? Like, I told my co-founder this, and when he first suggested that we should do that rather than Google and LinkedIn, and frankly, I was dead wrong. Meta has the most data on every individual. And when you pair that with their AI algorithm for targeting, it is by far the best return on investment for ad spend that there is. Now, here's the other key thing. There's a gold rush opportunity right now that a lot of tech firms are completely missing out on. Your competitors are probably fighting over the same LinkedIn prospects that are out there, right? Saying that's where their folks are. They're paying premium prices on LinkedIn and on Google, and Meta is sitting there. It's just an untapped gold mine. And it's like having early access to a platform before everyone else figures it out. One of our clients said to us, this is a diamond in the rough. Like, this gives them some competitive advantage that they can't figure out why their competitors haven't taken advantage of. Tech firms assume that their buyers are too sophisticated, that they're not on, these platforms like Facebook and Instagram. But what that is it creates virtually zero competition for your ad dollars, right? Because your competitors probably think the same thing. This means you're getting prime real estate at bargain-based prices, right? While your competitors are nowhere to be found. It's like a playground for you and your prospects. The AI that is there on Meta is unmatched at finding high intent B2B buyers for tech firms. And it is a fraction of the cost of both Google and LinkedIn. Their algorithm really identifies purchase intent patterns, right? Everyone's got it on their phone. The phones are listening, leveraging more of the personal data than any other platform. Let's face it, we've given Meta and Facebook a ton of our personal information. And what this means for you is you get faster sales cycles, higher conversion rates, and really the only reliable way to consistently generate high intent conversations that will close quickly. Now, again, just like anything, right? Windows opportunities open and they close, and it won't last forever, right? Once the rest of the tech firms figuring out what they're missing, this channel is going to be more competitive than all the rest, right? And it'll be expensive too. So if you're an early mover and you can stake your claim now, you're going to capture the highest ROI before everyone else catches on. But don't take my word for it, right? Here's some stats for you. Salesforce, HubSpot, and Microsoft all report that their best performing B2B ads are on Facebook. 70% of B2B buyers said that they have used Facebook to make purchasing decisions. And this one's a good case study. A B2B SaaS company promoted a demo through Facebook and generated, you can see it, 504 leads, 92 demo signups, 26 per demo, targeting employees at Fortune 1000 companies on Facebook. And this campaign filled their sales pipeline with so many qualified prospects from an audience that many skeptics, maybe yourself included right now, assume isn't on Facebook, but they're wrong. All right. So after working with dozens of firms, we at Grow IT have built an AI-powered Meta ads engine that works completely different. And what makes it different? Well, it's built specifically for tech firms, and they're the unique, buying and sales cycles, right? It works with the relationship-driven nature of tech, not against it. It includes offers that actually convert cold prospects for complex services. That's very unique. And it uses our unique ad creation formula, that's our little secret sauce, along with Meta's superior AI to optimize campaigns and deliver high intent prospects to your doorstep. And we're not guessing or applying some generic marketing playbook. We've built, tested, and refined this entire system specifically for IT and tech firms just like yours. Okay, let's talk about how our three-step growth engine works. Our system is 100% done for you. It's not some guru course that we're going to send you to and you've got to do on your own. 100% done for you, and addresses the three critical failures that almost all tech firms run into with their marketing efforts. The first is that their offer is not optimized for cold prospects. And we like to say killer offers sell, services don't. There's no consistent way to target and engage those high intent prospects. Remember that 10% at the top of the Chet Holmes pyramid who are ready to buy now. And third is a sales process that is specifically designed for warm referrals doesn't work for cold leads and cold prospects, right? So here's our three-step system and how we solve these constraints. right? The first thing is step one, positioning and cold offer. Okay. So most tech firms try to sell their complex high-ticket services to complete strangers, right? Like that's just like proposing marriage on a first date, right? It wouldn't work for me. It took a lot more dates than that. But my point is that without an offer that is like optimized for cold traffic and cold prospects, that is people that don't know you, trying to sell your complex services to a cold prospect is going to fail 99% of the time. It's really the equivalent of asking a girl to meet your parents before you even take her out on a first date, right? So we need to build a process for you so that you can take her out to dinner first, right? Have a front end offer, a low risk, endeavor for that prospect, and then keep her around long enough to ask her to marry you, right? Which is your full service offering, right? So we're going to help you create that entry offer that actually works for cold traffic, the prospects who don't know you, and get you to the point where you can eventually pitch your high touch services. Okay, step two, ad engine setup. All right, so most tech firms have no idea how to get into consistent sales conversations with their ideal prospects. And even if they can get into those conversations, they don't have typically a high intent need for your product or service at that time, right? So to fix this, we've built a growth engine that really has the purpose of getting you only into conversations with high intent prospects, right? And this includes setting up your entire Meta, Facebook, Instagram ads funnel, writing and recording all of your ads, just like this, managing your ad campaigns, building out all of the landing pages and all the sequences, and then this is the important part, putting in an application process that filters out the tire kickers, all those low intent prospects or folks that don't have time, budget, or need right now, who are essentially are going to waste your time, right? And here's the best part. I'm going to personally fund your ad spend until we find a winning angle that works for you and your offer. And then once we find the winner, we scale it up, right? We're creating essentially what's going to be the equivalent of a marketing ATM for your business, right? You put money into the ad spend, you get high intent sales opportunities out. All right, step three, that's our sales system. Now, you cannot use the same sales process for warm referrals that you do on cold leads or cold prospects. So we're going to build you a complete system that is specifically designed for converting cold leads and cold prospects. And that includes conversation scripts for every different scenario that may come up, a whole complete, buyer journey map, an automated email and SMS nurture sequence. And we're going to give you a dedicated SDR that's basically going to pursue these leads and book meetings on your behalf. And then we're going to train your staff, yourself and your sales team, on how to close these opportunities that are different from what you've had before. And we're going to show you how to do that at scale. And this is all completely done for you so that you can focus on meeting with qualified prospects and closing deals. Now, what does a 60-day accelerator look like? Well, let's talk about it. So we've completely structured this 60-day program to ensure that you successfully complete every one of the key components for this growth engine. If you hit all 6, your success is going to be inevitable. And the first is defining your ICP, right? So we want to identify your perfect clients and how to position you as their specialist of choice. The cold offer is created. We talked about that earlier. We're going to develop your entry offer that makes it easy for cold prospects to say yes to you initially, right? The sales process, we're going to create that entire sales machine from the very first touch to a closed deal with all the scripts and automations. The test campaigns we're going to launch and test a lot of different messaging, a lot of different combinations to find out what works and make sure that when we do find something that works, we move into the full campaigns. We launch and we start scaling the winning campaigns to generate the consistent flow of qualified, high intent prospects to you every week, every month. And then we'll just continue to optimize those campaigns to make sure that we're getting the best conversion rates, lowering their customer acquisition costs over time. Right? We've engineered this entire process backwards from the results that you want to achieve. And we've built out this sequential steps for you to achieve these goals. And we know with absolute certainty that every client who implements these 6 activation points are going to be successful in growing their firm. Okay, so what's the investment? Very simple. We have a one-time setup fee of between $8,000 and $11,000, and that is to build your entire growth system. That's your balance sheet asset. Then we get paid on qualified intent, high intent prospects that we set up meetings with. And then for the best fit partners that we're aligned with, we will have rev share deals. And in 60 days, you're going to own this entire system. It's an AI-powered ads engine that is custom built for your firm that will generate leads for years to come. I like to call it a balance sheet asset. Now, you'll need to have a daily ad spend budget to keep this lead machine running, but you'll get to choose how much you want to spend based on how fast you want to scale, right? And there's really very little risk to you because we'll be putting the ad spend into your already proven winning campaign. Why this model instead of monthly retainers that most agents charge? Well, we're building something different. We're looking to be partners, not vendors. And really the 60 days is sort of a mutual qualification period, right? We prove our system works by delivering you results, and you show us the kind of firm that we want to work with as a long-term partner. Our revenue share model really creates that perfect alignment where we win and you win. Okay, what are your options if you don't do this? Well, let's be brutally honest, really, about what you are facing. If you want to grow, if you truly want to grow your firm and don't implement the system, you basically have one of three options. You can hire multiple roles internally, a salesperson, a fractional CMO, other, lower level mid marketing people, right? You know what that investment involves. You know what the risks that are involved with that. Their second option is you can do it yourself, right? Kind of, everything is time versus money, the time versus money spectrum. And if you want to try and figure out marketing, sales, and to try another, you can do that. It's going to take you a long time to do so. And be honest, it's hard. Or you can use a proven system that is based on a performance model. And that is our done for you system that's specifically designed for tech firms and creates a permanent asset that you're going to own. The choice seems pretty obvious. I'm probably a little biased, right? But all right, why should you choose our approach? Well, again, we are B2B tech growth specialists. We're not generalists working across a multitude of industries, right? This took years of trial and error. I like to reference the learning curve, right? And it's been our sole focus, and we're pretty darn good at it, to be honest with you. Every system, process, and campaign that we've built is specifically designed for B2B tech to deliver high intent opportunities to you and your sales team. And again, we understand your challenges. We understand your sales cycles and what it takes to close deals in your industry. We're going to be your dedicated growth partner who lives and breathes tech, not just another marketing agency that's trying to be everything to everybody. So what are the next steps? All right. If you're ready to finally build a predictable growth engine that will deliver high intent opportunities for your tech firm, let's take the next step, right? Click the button below. You can watch a short video. It'll answer a few questions, and then we'll schedule a quick introductory call. And on this call, we'll see if your tech firm is a good fit for our system. It'll be kind of a mutual discussion. We'll walk you through our exact process, how it will work specifically for your firm, and then we'll answer any questions you have. And if it makes sense for both parties, we'll get started immediately, right? And we only take on 5 new clients a month, and that's really so that we can ensure exceptional results for those that we bring on, and frankly, so that we can find our next revenue share partners. So spots are limited. If you were sick of wasting money on marketing that doesn't work and you're ready to build a growth engine that's based on our proven process that is specifically engineered for B2B tech firms, then click the button below. Let's schedule time to meet. Remember, the best time to plant a tree was yesterday. The next best is today. Let's start building that growth engine for you today.